Hey, it's Sammy and Natalie here, and welcome to the Anxiety Compass, where anxiety isn't the enemy, it's our tour guide. We'll swap stories, share tools, and have a laugh while we find our way back to true north. Come along. Hey, Nat, welcome back, everyone. How are you?
I'm really good, Sammy. How are you, my love?
I'm very good now that I've heard your wonderful voice. I feel calm and relaxed again. It's such a wonderful thing.
Oh,
Today, we're actually talking about co-regulation from calm to chaos. Or calm to chaos. Well, some
no.
people like going calm to chaos. We want to go from chaos to calm, not the other way around. And
Yes, that's ideal.
I think a lot of people don't realize that this is actually a scientific thing. When you're around people who are very calming, it can calm you, their voice, their presence. You sync up to their Wi-Fi, so to speak. I'm going to call it Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Bluetooth is more of a, how you can
Bluetooth,
sort of
yeah.
connect to other people around you. You can
Yes.
Bluetooth to their phone, random
Yeah.
photos. Have you ever done that where you're in like a busy environment, you've gone to airdrop or Bluetooth to someone and it comes up with some random phone number or person and you're like, oh, maybe I'll send it to that person. I think it's really important that we touch on this one in reference to our anxiety compass. You know how you get that magnetic pull and
Yeah.
some of us are getting pulled into the chaos that surrounds us, and we really need to position ourselves around more calming people. Nat, have you ever had a
We
situation
do.
where you've sort of been synced up to the wrong Wi-Fi, so to speak? Who have you
Oh
been
gosh.
to?
Lots of times. Especially when I had like severe anxiety, pretty much anything that was outdoors was, and crowds, like shopping centres, rooms where lots of people were in, would always amplify my own anxiety because I was tuning into their anxiety, that chaotic energy. But
Mm,
also,
glitching.
um,
Glitch.
a glitch, yes, absolutely. Obviously, we've mentioned before I was in hospitals on and off over the years. So obviously, if I was around other people, I mean, obviously that's a concentrated area situation. But if I sat with other people who had anxiety themselves, my own anxiety ramped up.
Yeah.
Um, so I'd have to remove myself from those
Mm.
people
It can be toxic,
just to
and
help. It really can.
you can find it in families too. Like you often, and if you're
Mm.
driving and listening, you're probably thinking, oh, yeah, there's one person in my family. As soon as they enter the room,
Yeah.
everyone's like, because it's just, it's like switched onto this stress signal. And all of
Mm.
a sudden, you don't know what router they're using, but it's definitely glitching and you become part of that because your body syncs up to it. It's a human nervous system sync.
It is.
I find, especially with kids, like, the mood of kids
Oh,
in my
yes.
house. Yeah. They
Yep.
they pick up as soon as like my husband comes home if he's had a bad day, they can pick up on
Mm.
that straight away, especially if you're a sensitive person and your whole
Yeah.
nervous system goes into flight, fight, freeze, and it's not great. Yeah, this is science, people. This isn't woo-woo. We
No,
our heart and our rhythm and our everything sort of syncs up to the people we're around.
it
So being
does.
mindful with that. Let's have a look at the body, the way that it sort of changes when you're around certain Wi-Fi. So maybe your
Yep.
posture changes, like maybe your shoulders sink down and you hunch over when you're around certain people as a form of protection because your body can't handle
Or
this. Oh,
exactly.
yeah,
Or it just tightens up. So your
yeah.
shoulders conversely rise up. Because
The
you're on
tension.
that flight mode.
The
So
tense.
yeah, you
And
tense
your
up,
body, your body gets
you
used
feel,
to that tense mode when you're around them too long.
yeah, yeah, it does. Your breathing becomes more shallow,
Yep.
you're and rapid.
Even
Yeah,
your
it,
tone, like the way that you speak, you start to
mm,
mimic things that they've said. Maybe they swear a
yes,
lot, and all of a sudden you're saying the C word and the F word. I'm not going to pop them on here, but you're all familiar of them.
no, yep,
And you never used to say that, but all of a sudden you're hanging around this person, and that's sort of you're becoming them in a way.
exactly. And from a
Mm,
science point of view, that's mirror neurons.
mm,
You look at, you are picking up, your automatically, your emotional state is synchronizing. I
Mm.
mean, and you think about just taking it away from just anxiety, you think about, and these are positive things, you think if you see someone yawn, you often will start yawning. If you
Yes.
see or hear someone laugh, you
You'll
oftentimes can't
smile.
help but laugh yourself. So yeah, so it's the opposite. If you know when you're around someone who is angry or anxious or they're on go 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 all the time, you naturally start picking up that
Mm.
same energy and mirroring it.
Doing it. That's why I walk around the shop smiling. I find when I'm smiling,
Yeah.
other people, I mean, it might look creepy to some people, me walking around just randomly smiling, but
I
but
do the same thing.
I find a lot of people, it's like it brightens you see their whole body change and they
They
smile,
do.
and it's a
Yeah,
wonderful thing because people often don't listen to our words as much as they read our body and that energy
yeah,
that we're projecting out into the world. So, and you can
100%.
auto pair, like you might not even realizing it, but you know when you jump in the car and your phone automatically syncs up, like you
Yep,
don't even realize it, but as soon as that person goes into the room, you're automatically syncing up with it because your nervous system's so used to changing when that person is around.
changing
And
the frequency, exactly. And from a
yeah,
science
you
point of view, that's literally called
exactly.
neuroception,
Yep.
you
Yep.
know.
You feel their stress before they even open their mouth. You can just not, you know what's going to come out of their mouth before they've even
Yeah,
said anything.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean, and
And
that's
so,
what our
yeah.
nervous system is meant to do. I mean, we're meant to be reading people all the time. So, as
Yes.
you said, like tone of voice, facial expressions, posture, your breath, the pace, those micro expressions, it's
Mm.
literally wired into us, that primal instinct of being able to read other people and read situations so that we know whether or not we're in a safe space or with a safe person or whether there's some sort of threat that our
Yeah.
nervous system is thinking.
I
Yeah, it's
think that's why
fascinating.
there was a lot of panic and anxiety when we had face masks out during COVID because you couldn't see people's facial
Yes,
expressions.
absolutely.
Like
Yes.
people smile with their eyes. Like I've seen
Yeah,
that where they tested people, and they were laughing,
yeah,
but you could only see their eyes. But
yeah,
I mean, people were looking down and they were anxious and their mouths were covered up. Like there was just a whole other
yes.
level of anxiety that was induced around that.
It really
Um,
was.
but yeah, I find from a nutritional perspective, because we are nutritionists, I find when you are around energetic, happy, enjoyable, smiley people, you feel that. And when your nervous system's feeling it calm, maybe you're quite energized. But when you flip the switch and you're constantly around, and there's a lot of people like this out there now, let's be honest, when you're constantly
Yeah,
around people who are urgent, anxious without knowing why, chaos, you're actually having your battery drained and
yeah,
your digestive system's going to be really gone, "Ugh," and all of
yeah,
those nutrients aren't absorbing properly. It's going to impact on your whole system. Like it really
yes,
is going to drain you. And if you do it long enough and you're around these people long enough, it's actually going to rewire things in your body and you will change and you will become a pessimist and you will end up very
yeah,
similar to them.
yeah. It
It's
becomes your
quite
new default
calming.
system.
Yeah, a new default. Emotional dumping. I guess you could say that's what airdropping is when they walk in.
Yeah.
Airdrop. It's an emotional dump.
Yes,
Here you
it
go.
totally is.
Have
Yes.
this. Oh gosh. No, I'm not accepting any airdrops at the moment. Thank
No,
you.
no thanks.
Yeah. So you mentioned a few sciencey things behind it, like we talked about mirror neurons. There's another one. I'm just looking at my notes here. You always sync to the most dominant signal in the room. So when you walk in, the
Yes.
biggest energy is what you, and this is why I often say be the energy you want in the room and be
Yeah.
big,
Yeah.
because that's what I do on stage. I can instantly change, and you can see people. They sit up, their posture changes, they're laughing, they're talking to the person next to them. And that's the whole point of what I do. I want to change the energy in the room so that when I leave,
Yes.
people feel a little bit lighter and a little bit happier. It's like a
Yeah.
ripple effect, right?
Absolutely. And you do it
Yeah.
so well, Sammy. Like, watching
Well,
you in
you
action,
you
you
you do more
are
of the calming
gorgeous.
side. I find when I
Yes.
enter a room and I see you, it's like I've got a few people like that when I go out and I network or I do something business wise. When I see that person, it's like my whole nervous system's like, ah, my person's
Mm.
here. And you feel
Yeah.
safe. And because you just don't know what to expect
Yes.
with other people. And you just know that they're your little calming person. You're one of my
Yes.
calming people. I love
Oh,
that.
thank you. I love that too. But you're also my inspiration of get up and go, and we were
We
literally just talking
complement
about
each
this.
other.
We do. We were literally just talking about this in another situation just before we hit record this morning, and we are the yin and the yang. That's why
Mm.
we work so lovely together.
Yeah, I'm the crazy chihuahua and you're the beautiful, I was gonna say sloth, but you're not a sloth. What's
Yeah,
a
no, I'm
nice
not a
calming
sloth.
animal?
Mhm.
We'll
A
think of one.
cat.
Yeah, a
As I
cat. That's
slink and
really
yeah,
great. Something calm. Or a
yeah.
butterfly. You're the
Or a
butterfly.
butterfly, yes.
So, children, they are energy sponges. They
They
do not
are.
regulate alone. They borrow regulations from adults. And me being working in children's nutrition, I cannot tell you how much kids absorb from their home and bring it into the school. The
Yeah.
way they talk, the way they see the world. And I can sense straight away children who are really anxious around food and don't feel safe
Yeah.
around food. And a lot of that is
Yeah.
picked up from within the home. So being mindful
Yes.
of
Yeah.
that.
It
Um,
is.
and if you're a teacher listening, oh my God, teachers are so exhausted these days. Like I do PDs for teachers
Mm,
now, and I got to tell you, they are overworked. The amount of stuff they've got to deal with in a classroom now, I don't envy them, but kids actually
no.
pick up on the energy of teachers as well. And I
Yes.
guess that's why we see a lot of dysregulated children with emotions and that because these
Absolutely.
teachers can't deal with it all. And I've had my son
No. I mean,
home a couple of times.
I've got a lot of patients who are teachers. And that's a
Yeah.
lot of what of the work that we do. It's not just the nutrition, it's a lot of rewiring the brain,
Yeah.
nervous system resetting.
Oh yeah. All the
And
things.
they've literally said to me, like once they've done all this work with me, and as they become more calm and grounded, they literally give me that feedback saying that it's literally showing in their classroom. You know,
Mm, I love
so
that. I
yeah,
like to think of it like if you think of it as a Bluetooth and you're Bluetoothing onto anyone that's in your vicinity, do you know how you can go in and you can remove certain things? Like it's
yep,
like forget
yep,
this device, forget that device. It's
yep,
like you need to go through and unsync everything and
yes,
start again. So,
yes,
whether it's a relationship with someone, families, big one, families. The
it's a
great
big
thing with
one.
families though is if it's someone that you're in a see every now and then, it's okay. But if it's someone that lives with you, like that's hard to
Mm,
unsync from that. In
it
your
is.
workplace, like there could be someone who you work with who is constantly, ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
One, it only takes one anxious person to completely taint the whole room, and because everybody picks up on
yeah.
that.
But
Let's have a
conversely,
look.
sorry, no, I was
No,
going
no,
to say
you go.
conversely, it's the same as we were saying. If you're the grounded one, the calm one, that will also override the
Yeah.
anxiety and calm everybody
As
else
long as you
down.
have those boundaries and those Wi-Fi blockers, what do you call them?
Yes,
The blockers up, so you're not falling for that either. I like to
yes.
think that I'm that person in the room. Actually had a few people say that I love it when you enter the room because I
Yeah,
can have a normal conversation with you and distance myself from that space. And I'm like, oh, that's such a compliment. Like
it
it's a
is a
nice
compliment. It is.
mm,
And I've been
be
told
that
the same,
person.
that
Yeah, you got to be
people
that
love
person.
when I walk into the room.
Yeah, because you can just be calm and like sometimes you
And a
enter the
positive
kitchen and
energy.
you've got to just be like, hey guys, without being condescending, hey guys, like you don't want to go, calm down, everyone. Like I hate
And
that when
yet
that
it's sort of,
happens to me. But
and it's
knowing
also
like, what are we
counterproductive.
stressing about? Come on, what are we stressing about? And like just making it,
Exactly.
putting it to the reality of the situation here. Like, do we
Yeah,
really care about what's going on here? Everything's fine.
exactly.
So
And that's the
let's
big
have
thing,
a
isn't it?
look.
Being able to put things into perspective. Because when we
Yeah.
are anxious and we're spiraling, everything goes out of perspective. So yeah, being that person, to be able to go, hang on, let's
Yes,
just put this back
I
into
saw a
perspective.
funny, it was a funny gif of a little dot on the speck of of the planet in the universe worrying about taxes and this and you put and you're like, oh yeah, it kind of makes me feel a bit silly, really. Not that you
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
downplay people's worries, but it literally,
No,
I like to think you're a little leaf on a tree blowing in the wind and you're worried about the whole world. Let's talk about like I like the word sleep hygiene, but let's go with energy hygiene. I'm sure people have heard of
yeah,
sleep hygiene.
yeah.
But what about energy hygiene? How do we keep our signals clean, keep our Wi-Fi clean, upgrade our routers, all the things, fix it? I mean, the podcast is called Anxiety Compass. How do we squeaky clean our compass so we're not magnetically getting pulled into other people and going the wrong way? Like this
Mm,
is something we need to look at. What signals are we broadcasting out into the world? Are we rushed? Are we overwhelmed? Are we irritable? Or are you calm? Are you playful? Are you funny? Have a think about that, people. What kind of energy are you putting out into the world for everyone that you love around you? Is it chaotic or is it calm? So, what
exactly.
kind of things do you think we should do to really get better with our energy hygiene, Nat? Like, think
You know
about
what I'm
that.
going to say first? Breath. The
Yeah, you
breath.
and your
I
breath.
do. No, well, I do because I practice mindfulness. I mean, I teach
Yeah,
it. And that's the thing with living more mindfully is that you are constantly doing little check-ins. Takes two
yeah,
seconds to do a scan through your body, and especially if you're going into a situation that you know can be anxiety, inducing.
yeah.
So I do. I will do a check-in before I walk into a room or into a shopping center, and then I'll also do check-ins while I'm going. And I'll just, realize, oh, my breath has started to become shallow again.
Mm.
Okay, just you don't have to be sitting, standing in the middle of the shopping center trying to do a whole breathing technique,
Just
but just
knowing
becoming
and being aware.
aware and
Yeah.
then just drawing that breath deeper down into the belly,
I
because
used to
then you're
get my
activating the vagus nerve.
I used to get my clients because they were so busy, or let's say they weren't prioritizing things that were important for them.
Yeah.
I used to get them to put a little timer in their phone or somewhere on their
Yes.
countertop to say
Yep.
breathe every like
Yep.
half hour or so. And it
Yep.
was
I
more
do the
just to
same.
check in, am I breathing properly or am I
Yes.
not breathing and holding my breath and clenching?
Exactly, exactly. Or if
Mm.
you drive, you do a lot of driving. Every
Yeah.
time you stop at lights or every time you do a check-in with your breath.
And I highly recommend when you're checking in on your breath, check in what kind of energy you're putting out there. Like,
Yeah,
are you pushing out to all the people around you this energy that you want to put out there? Is it yours or is it the person with you? Like, have a think
yeah,
about that because it might not even be your energy. You might be
yeah.
irritable because the person next to you, maybe your auntie, is really irritable because they've had a crappy day. Do you know what I
Yes,
mean? Like, and
yeah,
that energy is all of a sudden you're irritable. Children who come home and they complain about a friend or something that's happened, and all of a sudden I'm really angry at this person that I don't even know.
yeah, yeah,
So when you
absolutely.
stop and have a breath, stop and also check your energy. What are you putting out there? I find words are spells. I've always been taught that
Yes,
what you say, your body's listening to you. Having this sort of buffering wheel of when you are in this state, telling yourself, and I know it can sometimes be toxic positivity, but telling yourself that you're
mm,
okay and that I'm fine and this is someone else's energy that I'm feeling. I'm okay. It's all good. Let's unhook from this person. Your body's going to pick up on the words that you're speaking to it as well, even the words that
yeah,
are circulating in your head. So
yeah.
that's definitely one that you can. Do you find yourself doing that sometimes, Nat?
All the time,
Yeah,
all the
this is
time.
not
When I first
this is
learned
not
about,
my emotions. This is
yes,
someone else. Yeah.
yes, and I was
Okay.
taught that by my psychologist at the time, who was a trauma therapist, PTSD, and he actually said to me, start tuning in when you're around other people. Become aware. Is your anxiety increasing? Are you feeling sad or low? And literally say, is that mine or is that theirs? And
Mm,
if it is theirs, and look, I talk about this all the time, even in the crystal shop. If you're like, just gently, just deflect that energy away, like it's not yours, and I
that's
give them,
right.
things to do. Like if you walk, once you walk away, like one of my patients at the moment is works as a counselor within a school, and lots of stuff going on. So she does a little ritual as she walks out of the building, swipes her hands down her arms as a
Oh,
physical
cleansing.
representation of letting everything that is not hers go. And she actually says, I give them the words to say, anything that is not mine, I now let go.
Oh,
Because
I
yes,
love
words
that.
are powerful.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
learning that lately with my own issues that are happening, that I'm not other people's emotions. Like you can't take other people's emotions on board. You're not responsible for how other people feel, and that
No.
comes down
Yeah.
that to that too. Another thing I also found, like when I would come into a room and I would be the caretaker, I'd be looking after everything and they'd all just crash in front of me and they'd be like, "Oh, you gotta fix this, you gotta save us, it's everything's falling apart." And you'd be like, "Oh my
Yeah.
God, what's going on?" And you'd automatically, when you enter a room, it's like people saw you as the go-to for the chaos and fix this and do that. And the
Yeah.
energy that you decide to bring into the room teaches people how to treat you. And I find lately when I walk into the room and I'm really good at composing myself and putting it, people know that I have boundaries now and they know not to come to me for issues that are, ridiculous. But I like to portray myself more as a leader. So they actually feel steady
Yeah.
when you walk into the room because they know,
100%.
okay, Sam's here. She's not panicking. It's like, when you're on a plane and you see the flight attendants are calm and you just
Exactly.
automatically feel calm. You're not worrying about anything because,
Yeah.
they're serving food. So you want to be the steward walking into the room and everyone's like, oh, okay, Sam's not worried. We're all good. It's all
No,
good. Like
exactly.
you
Yes.
change that when you enter the room, like that this is okay. Everyone, we're all
Yep.
good. If I'm not
We are.
panicking, we're all
We're
good.
all good.
We're all
Yes.
good. I like that one too.
Yeah, I
Um,
like that.
is there anything else you wanted to add in? Like, I know you were saying before we recorded this, you wanted to sort of do a little journey with people, like a grounding practice that they can do to sort of,
Yeah,
unseat.
absolutely. Just a
Yeah.
quick 2 minute little meditation sort of thing. And obviously, when you're doing this, tune into my voice. Talking about that Wi-Fi, tune into the calmness of the voice, which then has that effect on you as we go through this. So, wherever you are right now, let's just take a moment to settle our nervous systems together. If it's available to you, I invite you to softly close your eyes or gently lower your gaze and start by noticing the simple act of breathing. You don't have to change it, just notice, saying to yourself, I'm breathing, I'm here. Now take a slow breath in through the nose, drawing that breath all the way down into the belly. And then a long, easy exhale out through your mouth. Again, taking a deep breath in through the nose, allowing your shoulders to just drop away, falling away from your ears. And then exhale on a gentle sigh through your mouth. This is co-regulation. Your nervous system is syncing through rhythm with mine. Feel your feet on the ground or the weight of your body supported beneath you. Allow your jaw to loosen, your tongue to soften in the mouth. Soften the belly. Another slow breath in and a long breath out. Notice what happens inside your body when you're breathing with someone who is regulated and steady. Your heart rate slows, your shoulders relax, your mind clears. This is the power of presence. And as you take one more deep, nourishing breath, Know that your calm is not only for you, it ripples outward to everyone around you. And when you're ready, gently bring your awareness back into the room or the car, wherever you are. And just gently open your eyes, keeping your gaze soft as you gently welcome the world back in again.
Oh, that was beautiful. Hopefully people weren't
Yeah.
closing their eyes when they were driving their
Yeah, I
car.
know. As soon as I was saying, oh, in the car, I was like, oh no, please don't be doing this when you're driving.
Well, maybe I'll put a little warning at the start there. That's
Do not
beautiful. I
operate
feel calm
vehicle.
already. I feel calmer
Yeah.
already. I love that. So I find people need a do not pair warning on their little devices. These people will drain my battery. They're going to send my nervous system in overdrive. They're
Mm.
going to glitch my sense of safety. And they're going to force me into caregiving that I did not ask to do. I mean, we all love to look after people, but sometimes it's a lot. You can unpair, like we did just then with Nat.
Yeah.
You can unpair. You do not have to be. I'm going to tell you all now because this is something that I need to hear too. You do not need to be available to everyone. You can switch off your Bluetooth. You can put things on silent mode. This is not rude. And I know Nat does this very well. She's great at it. I'm still learning how to put things on silent mode. And creating these boundaries and these spaces are not punishments for you. They're actually, and those around people, like the people that you put boundaries on, is not punishment. It's a connection safety setting. So you're just changing the settings on your Wi Fi. You need to ask yourself, do I have the battery left for this for the rest of the day? Is this anxiety theirs, or is it mine? Like, is what's this feeling and sensation that I'm having? And am I automatically pairing to this person because it feels familiar, and familiar is safe in our
Mm.
bodies? So I love all of this, Nat. Before we go, I love that anchor that you did for me where we did that. And notice how my voice is slowed down.
Yep, I
And
have. Yeah.
see, I've synced into
Yeah,
you.
it did. You did.
Oh, look at that. My brain's like, ooh, what are we doing here? What I'm ready to go to sleep now. I've unplugged for the day. I think we should leave it there because my brain's gone a bit floppy now. Let's
Yeah,
just do a one quick reflective question because
yeah,
that's what we do.
we do.
Who in your life do you auto pair with? Like, where is your compass pulling magnetically the wrong way? And is this connection supportive for you? So it could be the right way, or is it draining your body? And if you feel that it's draining you when you're auto pairing with this person, what is a boundary or signal reset that you can implement this week to protect that energy of yours? Because that is really important for your overall health. And again, we're not
Yeah.
psychologists by any means. We are
No.
simply getting you guys to be very aware that when you co regulate with the wrong energy, it's going to drain the crap out of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go and find yourself a Natalie and hang around with her. Amazing. Did you have anything else to add to this? I think we're ready to wrap up.
No. I think it's perfectly a perfect place to wrap up, Miss Sammy.
All right. Well, we'll see you later. Thanks for joining us on the Anxiety Compass. If you love this episode, share it with a friend who needs a little laugh and a lot of calm. We'll see you in the next one. Keep following your true north. Disclaimer time. Sammy and Natalie may be clinical nutritionists, but we're not your personal doctors. What you hear is for learning and laughing, not diagnosing or prescribing. If things feel bigger than you, call your doctor or local support line or reach out to a qualified health professional. They've got your back too.